Happy Sunday, everybody. Hope you're all doing well. Hope this finds you excited for a new week. Camera's in a different spot because the cord that came for it yesterday is too short. It's kind of sucky. But hey, it's brand new. I'm brand new. I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just trying to get through this thing and trying to learn. So we're learning, and that's a good thing. Anyways, doing some reading today, and it put me in mind of some books that I had from my library. Bear with me here. If you remember the library, it's right back here. I've got some books in here that might chase a few people away. I mean, we've discussed on truth. We've discussed on bullshit briefly. Something I definitely want to get back to. I've also got Plato's Symposium in there. I've got Midgley. I've got St. Augustine. I've got a copy of Harry Potter in there. But I've also got a couple of books that are probably some of the most important things I've ever read. This guy right here, Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl, and his book, The Doctor and the Soul. Two of the most important things I've read personally. And again, I mean, I've talked about how sobriety is an individual journey, and it's a journey that we take together, strangely. So for me, that journey was very much reading anything I could get my hands on. These books came specifically from a philosophy class that I took with a professor named Anthony Calcagno. And for me, it was an opportunity to really explore not just my own thought processes, but how other people and other thinkers kind of perceived these things and understood these things. And that takes us down a whole other road that's probably not worth heading down right now. But suffice to say that Mr. Frankl here wrote probably one of the most important pieces of literature in modern psychology, in that he took his own experiences and put them to paper and gave us an understanding of the human condition that couldn't have been captured otherwise. And at a time when there's Holocaust deniers everywhere, it's a topic that I really don't want to start discussing. That noted, what he did was to take his experience day to day in extermination camp, a concentration camp, and put them to paper. And in that first-hand account, we understand more about the human experience and the human condition than we could have otherwise. And so many of his experiences in this book hit home for me. I've gone hungry. Not that I could relate to a man in a extermination camp or a concentration camp, but I've been hungry, and I've been hungry to the point that I can connect with what he writes regarding hunger. His drive to survive in that camp and ultimately pen this book is what this book is all about. His drive to survive is very familiar to me. My own journey was at times very lonely, not having the connections that I saw with my siblings or my parents or my father specifically. I felt very alone most of the time and had to sort out a lot of this journey in my own mind to finally arrive at a place where I could imagine what it was like, or imagine the possibility that I could be somebody's husband, I could be a father. That's the moment that I met Sarah. So to make the leap into sobriety and to finally correct some of the struggles that were going on wasn't a hard road to hoe for me at that point. It was the answer to a lifetime of prayer. And I could connect a lot of those dots while I was reading this, and it was wonderful. It was wonderful to be able to see that in another human experience. Obviously, again, I mean, there's no comparison between what I lived through and one man surviving a concentration camp, but the connections in the human experience meant everything for me when I read that. And that's what we do here in Alcoholics Anonymous. That's what we do in recovery. We sit at tables and we connect with other people and we share our experiences. I can relate to what you've said and to what you've experienced, and I can connect those dots, and then you can do the same with me, and we fill up each other's tanks. That's what I was able to do with this book, and that's why, I mean, get on Amazon, get this book, read it. It's incredibly powerful stuff, and I want very much to share that with everybody. I'm going to hit the stop button on this one pretty quickly, and watch it back. It's my second time attempting something today. The first one didn't go very well. But I want to finish by saying thank you to a member of my community. I recently found out that another person in our community here is starting their own journey in sobriety. It wasn't that long ago that I read a post where this person is just celebrating 9 months, and I was so grateful and so excited to see somebody else starting out on their own journey, and kind of reach out and say, hey man, if there's anything I can do ever, you know, we've lived in our home day at a time for 9,150 some days now. I'm happy to share that with you or with anybody. And I shared that with this individual. But then recently this person had made a post on their social media where they discussed how happy they were that it was Sunday, so excited that they're at the beginning of their week, or Monday I should say. And I used to be that guy. I was that person, and it drove Sarah nuts, and it drove a lot of the people I worked with crazy, that I would wake up at the beginning of the week, and Sunday was my favorite day of the week because it was such a happy and joyous time for me to consider the beginning of a brand new week. And I haven't felt that in a long time until recently. So it was wonderful to remember that, and I'm so grateful that this person shared that part of their story. I'm there again. Here it is Sunday, and tomorrow's Monday, and I could not be more excited to start out a brand new week, man. And it's been a while since I felt that. So thank you so much. Thank you for sharing that with us, with me, putting that out into the ether. And I want to actually kind of get into these volumes again and do some reading and maybe share some of my experiences with you. There's incredibly powerful stuff in here that I would love to put out there for everybody, man. Hopefully this is doing something. We're going to get this camera thing sorted out soon, and get better at this a day at a time, man. So it works if we work it, friends. One day at a time, man. Take care. Have a great week. Looking forward to some more. Have a good one.